Hello, welcome to BCE Unit 1 and 2 Studio Arts. Studio Arts, the aim is to allow students to express themselves creatively through art making and come to understand how to support and sustain their art practice, develop an individual studio process, and practice and refine specialised skills appropriate to particular art forms and media selected for art making. Analyse and draw inspiration from the ways in which artists apply studio process in the production of individual artworks. Develop an understanding of historical and cultural context in the production and analysis of artworks. Students will also develop and apply skills in visual analysis, including the use of appropriate terminology in relation to their own artwork and artist study. They will also extend their artist understanding of the roles and methods involved in the presentation of artworks in a range of gallery and exhibition spaces. They will also develop an understanding of professional art practices related to the exhibition of artworks to an audience, including the roles and methods involved in the presentation of artworks in a range of gallery and exhibition spaces. Okay. Unit 1. Unit 1 is based around studio inspiration and techniques. So in this unit, students would focus on developing an individual understanding of the stages of studio practice and learn how to explore, develop, refine, resolve, and present artworks. Students will explore ranges of inspiration, research artistic influences, develop individual ideas, and explore a range of materials and techniques related to specific art forms. Using documented evidence in a visual diary, students progressively refine and resolve their skills to communicate ideas in artworks. Students also research and analyse the ways in which artists from different times and cultures have developed their studio practice to interpret and express ideas, source inspiration, and apply materials and techniques in artworks. So outcome 1 and 2, you will be required to, explore ideas in the way artists have used it historically and in a contemporary setting. Select directions that you wish to follow as well as materials, record that in a visual diary, demonstrate and provide evidence of learning and understanding, showing sources of ideas and inspiration in a visual form. A presentation of at least one finished artwork is a requirement. For outcome 3, there will be one of an extended response, short answer responses, a presentation using digital technologies, and oral presentation. This is negotiable. When we have the class in the room, we will work that one out. Okay, Unit 2, Studio Exploration and Concepts. In this unit, students will focus on establishing their own studio practice to develop artworks. This includes the formulation and the use of an individual approach to documenting sources of inspiration, experimentations, selected materials and techniques. Now, this will be preceded by a proposal, which you will submit a written proposal of what you plan to do. You shall explore and develop ideas and subject matter, creating aesthetic qualities and being able to annotate and record and demonstrate your understanding of the elements and principles that are creating the aesthetic qualities. Through the study of art movements and styles, students will begin to understand the use of other artists' work in the making of new artworks. You also develop many other skills over a range of art periods or movements, many skills and knowledges to develop a broader knowledge about the history of art. Analysis will be used to understand artists' ideas and how they have created aesthetic qualities and how they have used subject matter. Outcome 1, on completion of this unit, the student should be able to develop an individual exploration proposal to form the basis of a studio process and give you direction. Outcome 2, the completion of this unit, the student should be able to compare a range of historical and contemporary art periods, and this will be done through either extended response, short answer responses, or a presentation. Once again, this is negotiable once we get into the classroom. So the requirements for Unit 2 are the exploration proposal, documentation and evidence of your development of idea, and a finished artwork. Okay, so that is the, what would you call it? The heavy word content of it, and now we'll very quickly just go through and show you some examples that of artworks you may be able to consider. Okay, let's have a look back. Here we go. Okay, so when we're looking at artworks, we are looking at the communication of ideas, and this seems to be key into what is being explained in the study design. So whether you're drawing, etching, painting, using ink, using paint here, this is more of an abstracted form, Indigenous art, so we need to be careful about that, but it is a wonderful place to go. You may look in a more contemporary sense with the use of colour, three-dimensional form, printmaking, different materials, collage. Once again, this is looking at a woodblock print, and the idea is that this is communicating both in a historical and a cultural context. We have Banksy here, quite the famous contemporary artist. This is another direction that you may wish to take. Printmaking, along with more stencil art, and then we come to the digital, the contemporary. So there's many avenues that you can follow, but those are the requirements of the Units 1 and 2 according to VCAR, which is the overriding authority. And so we need to work within those confines, but a very, very valuable experience undertaking studio art. You may learn a lot more about yourself. You'll learn about self-expression, and also how to look at things and to understand them in a deeper sense, so that it informs you in all areas of life. Other things that you will learn from doing these units in Unit 1 Studio Arts is you will look at problem solving, critical thinking, creative thinking, time management. These are all important in terms of completing these units successfully. We also undertake an excursion to Top Arts NGV to Melbourne, but at the moment I could not guarantee that that would go ahead, but that is part of the plan. But we'll wait and see once we get to that time. So I would like you to consider this subject, and if you do consider this subject, understand that it is a challenging one, but also very rewarding. Okay, thank you.